So many of us must take the time to incorporate isolation into our development. Welcome to Foundation for Elevation Station. I live a life here in Cleveland, Ohio, of constant development. I always view life in this type of manner. Although at certain points I didn't actively go at so many different categories with the same vigor. At this point, I have vigor directed at several many areas, to the point where some people say you're doing too much, focus on one thing. But when the avalanche starts, it will roll, because I am putting so much effort. And all this wouldn't be possible without God and my ability to utilize isolation for the benefit of development. I encourage you to allow me to work with your youth. Woo, we got a new rollout, and it's coming. Isolation and self-study incorporates the ability to go against groupthink. What is groupthink? Well, groupthink is when we find like things, or sometimes the same things that other people give the okay to, more comfortable with ourselves. Unfortunately, this happens for 85% of the population in the world, where we are malleable to certain ways of thinking. Google it, please. Go on the dark web. I found these explanations for the top psychobabblists of the world, of the planet. The top medical people. Sometimes I joke around because I don't really believe in the medical field. I think the medical malpractice and mistakes account for the third leading cause of death in America. And this is just a short interlude. I apologize. The third leading cause of death is medical mistakes. So you think medical mistakes is really the third leading cause of death for Americans, but only 10% is reported. Only 10% of medical F-ups are reported. And of that 10% that's reported, that makes it the third leading cause of death. So it got to be number one. So it leads me to think about, what does these credentials mean? These credentials that everybody said, you're not a therapist or a doctor, or you're not a herbalist. Like, what does these credentials mean? You didn't go to school to be a dietitian. Why does this factor in when these people with all these degrees and documentations and certifications are the leading causes of deaths? The methods that gave you that check mark are not doing well for the benefit of the people. Anyway, back to regularly scheduled programming. When you isolate yourself, it guards you against me. One problem I had was appeasing others. I was around people sometimes, not often, but when I would go around them, I would often try to appease them, because I didn't have a clear definition of what I like to do and how I engage with others doing these things. So now I took the time to like what I love and love what I like. And if you don't like vibrate with that, I'm not going to bend my way to appease you unless you're someone special. See, isolation and God helped me to come to this conclusion. I think you and your children could reconsider or consider this type of approach to learning yourself. So many of us, we are afraid to dig down deep and really dig into ourselves. We never alone. We got friends we talk to on the phone every day. We social mediaing it up all the time. We have our children interactions. We got multiple people we dating. It's like not many people in our society is able to put spans together in isolation and self-development. But it is so important for people that are able to move to a level of self-discovery and elevation. It's so important. Positive isolation looks like it looks like examination. Positive isolation looks like examination. And through that self-examination, we are able to evolve, to take those short increments of being a more refined, defined person, capable of so much more. Well, I guess I'm gonna leave this here. I thank you for you viewing me. I thank you for giving me strength, and I hope that I give you power. I hope that I give you motivation and inspiration and the blueprint to elevate the person that you are. Foundation for Elevation Station. Peace.